Go to your car right now and look at the headlights. If the plastic is yellow, cloudy, or fogged over, you are driving with headlights that produce less than 25% of the light they were designed to emit. Not a little dimmer, not slightly reduced. 78% of their light output gone, measured in an accredited laboratory by the American Automobile Association in 2018. Half of all traffic fatalities in the United States happen at night. And millions of American drivers are navigating those roads with headlights performing at 1/4 capacity. A $2 tube of toothpaste from your bathroom cabinet restores them to near factory clarity in under 30 minutes. Dealers charge $300 to $400 to replace what that tube fixes in a driveway. They did not make restoring headlights difficult. They made sure you never thought of it as something you could do yourself. This is the story of the $2 fix the automotive aftermarket industry built $400 billion a year on burying. If these stories matter to you, hit subscribe and the bell. New band knowledge drops every week. To understand why your headlights are failing, you need to understand one decision made in a government office in Washington in 1983. For over 40 years, every car sold in America used sealed beam glass headlights. Glass did not fog, glass did not yellow, glass did not oxidize. A headlight made of glass in 1955 looked identical in 1975. 20 years of sun, rain, road salt, and freezing winters without a single change in clarity. But glass had a problem that automakers had noticed long before any consumer ever did. You cannot patent a round glass lamp that fits any car made in the last 4 decades. You cannot charge $200 for a proprietary assembly when the same standardized part fits 50 different vehicles. You cannot force a customer back to your dealership for a replacement component that any hardware store carries for $5. In 1981, Ford Motor Company filed a formal petition with the federal government to change the law. They wanted permission to use polycarbonate plastic instead of glass. The government agreed in 1983 when Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 108 was amended. Automakers were now free to design headlights in any aerodynamic shape they chose. Proprietary, model-specific, irreplaceable. What nobody told the American driver was that polycarbonate has one catastrophic weakness that glass does not. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun destroys it. The factory applies a thin UV protective coating over the polycarbonate when the car is built. That coating absorbs the UV damage instead of the plastic underneath. But the coating is designed to last 3 to 5 years, not the life of the vehicle. After 5 years, the coating is gone, the polycarbonate is exposed, and the degradation accelerates. Your headlight is not failing from neglect. It is failing on schedule. The degradation was engineered into the material from the day the 1983 regulation was signed. Now, let me show you exactly what is happening at the surface of that lens and why a tube of toothpaste has the chemistry to fix it. The yellowed, cloudy layer on your headlight is not the polycarbonate itself. It is a thin, oxidized skin sitting on the outermost surface of the lens, typically less than a 32nd of an inch deep. Beneath that damaged layer, the polycarbonate is still perfectly clear and structurally intact. The plastic has not failed, the surface has failed. And removing that surface layer is a mechanical process that requires nothing more than a mild abrasive applied with moderate pressure. Toothpaste contains silica or calcium carbonate, fine abrasive particles engineered to remove surface deposits from tooth enamel without scratching it. Those same particles, when applied to oxidized polycarbonate, abrade the degraded surface layer away and expose the clear plastic underneath. This is why the cloth turns yellow as you scrub. That yellow is the oxidized layer transferring off the lens surface onto the cloth. Underneath it, your original headlight clarity is still there waiting. Baking soda adds coarser scouring power for heavier oxidation. The combination addresses both light surface fogging and more significant buildup without scratching the underlying polycarbonate. Now here is the critical distinction that separates a fix that lasts 30 days from one that lasts 3 years. Toothpaste removes the oxidized layer and restores clarity. But it also strips away whatever UV coating remained on the surface. You have just exposed fresh, unprotected polycarbonate directly to the sun. Without a UV sealant applied immediately after, the oxidation returns within weeks. Every detailer who charges $75 for a headlight restoration knows this. The UV clear coat is the step they always complete and the step you would never know to ask about. A can of UV-resistant clear coat spray for automotive plastic costs $4 to $6 at any hardware store. 3 thin coats applied after the toothpaste treatment seals the fresh polycarbonate and protects it from UV exposure for 2 to 3 years. The $2 toothpaste is the restoration. The $4 clear coat is the protection. Together, they replicate what the professional restoration shop charges $75 to perform. The entire automotive aftermarket industry in the United States reached $414 billion in 2024. Every dollar of that empire depends on a single principle. The customer must believe that car maintenance requires specialized products, specialized knowledge, and specialized professionals. When a person restores their headlights with bathroom cabinet ingredients in 30 minutes, the entire architecture of that belief collapses. So the industry built a pipeline designed to extract maximum revenue at every level. Walk into any dealership with fogged headlights and the service advisor recommends full assembly replacement. $300 minimum, $600 with labor, over $2,000 for a luxury sedan. Push back and they offer professional restoration. $75 to $150 for 30 minutes of work with products that cost them under $5. Go to an auto parts store and you find branded restoration kits for $20 to $30, each one containing approximately $2 worth of sandpaper and polishing compound in branded packaging. Every layer of that pipeline extracts maximum revenue from a problem that chemistry solved before any of those companies existed. You cannot patent toothpaste. You cannot patent silica abrasive particles. You cannot patent the mechanical process of polishing a plastic surface. You cannot build a $400 billion aftermarket empire around a product that every American already owns. So the industry never mentioned it. Not in any service manual, not in any owner handbook, not from any service advisor standing across the counter with a repair estimate. I need to be direct about one genuine limitation before the protocol. Toothpaste and baking soda work on standard UV oxidation fogging. The yellow, cloudy haziness that affects the vast majority of cars older than 5 years. They will not repair deep physical cracks, internal moisture damage, or headlights where the polycarbonate lens itself is structurally compromised. For those cases, replacement is genuinely the right answer. But that describes perhaps 10% of fogged headlights on American roads. For the other 90%, the problem is surface oxidation, and the solution is in your bathroom cabinet. Here's exactly what to do. Take a tube of plain white toothpaste. Not gel, not whitening formula with large abrasive particles, the basic white paste. Mix a small amount with half a teaspoon of baking soda to create a slightly gritty paste. Use painter's tape to protect the car paint around the headlight housing before you begin. Apply the paste to the foggy lens and scrub in firm circular motions with a clean cloth or old toothbrush. Spend 3 to 5 minutes per headlight, applying moderate pressure. You will see the cloth turn yellow as the oxidized layer comes off the surface. For mild to moderate fogging, one application delivers a visible improvement. Now immediately apply the UV protection that determines whether this fix lasts 30 days or 3 years. Spray 2 to 3 thin, even coats of UV-resistant clear coat onto the cleaned lens, allowing 10 minutes between each coat. Cover the surrounding paint with tape before spraying. Let the final coat cure for at least 1 hour before driving. For the most durable permanent restoration, upgrade to wet sanding before the toothpaste step. Buy a pack of automotive wet-dry sandpaper in 400, 800, and 2000 grit for about $3. Start with 400 grit wet sandpaper and sand the entire lens in gentle, even horizontal strokes, keeping the surface continuously wet with a spray bottle. Move to 800 grit and repeat the same pattern until the deep scratches from the 400 grit disappear. Finish with 2000 grit until the lens surface is uniformly smooth and the milky frosted appearance begins to clear. Apply the UV clear coat sealant to complete the restoration. Total cost for both headlights using this method is under $10. Total time is about 45 minutes. The result is headlights that restore to near factory clarity and hold it for 2 to 3 years. A mechanic who restored a sedan with over a decade of UV damage using the toothpaste and baking soda method followed by UV clear coat reported the result online with before and after photographs. His total material cost was $4.70. The dealership had quoted him $480 for replacement assemblies on the same vehicle. The USDA confirmed that restoration returns headlight output to approximately 70% of original performance. The bathroom cabinet had the answer before Ford ever filed that 1981 petition. It has been there every single year the dealership has been charging you not to know it. The polycarbonate headlight was not an engineering improvement over glass. It was a regulatory opportunity. A petition filed in 1981, a standard amended in 1983, and 40 years of proprietary replacement revenue that followed. If this opens something for you, subscribe and share this video now. Every share puts a $2 headlight restoration in the hands of someone currently holding a $400 dealership quote. Every subscription keeps this channel digging into the vaults they thought were sealed forever. The next vault opens soon.